All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. Welcome to Black Wealth Empowerment Live, brothers and sisters. Welcome. We're happy that you decided to be with us this evening. We are broadcasting live right now from Houston, Texas, bringing you another exciting live broadcast of Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Brother and sister, if you're concerned about your personal finances for you and your family, and also the economic development of our community, then you're at the right place. We here at Black Wealth Empowerment take pride in bringing you what you need, bringing us what we need to empower ourselves and empower our community. My name is Daryl Muhammad, one of the hosts here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Okay, so welcome, brothers and sisters. We want you to come on in, sit down, enjoy yourself, because we are excited to bring you the nuggets, right? The jewels. They're known as secrets that most Black people don't experience. They don't know. And it comes from accumulation of experience that we have here, that the hosts have here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. So, brothers, if you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your 10th time, 100th time, we want to welcome you to Black Wealth Empowerment Live. This is where we do everything we can to raise up the consciousness, the economic consciousness of all of our members. This is a private group, all right? By invitation only are you allowed to come in and be a part of this community, all right? So we want you to feel special because you are special. We want you to feel privileged because you are privileged to get the kind of information that most people around the world will never get. There's millions and billions of people that will never learn what you're going to learn tonight, which will never know what you are going to come into the knowledge of tonight. And that's what this is all about. We want to bring our members the best of the best when it comes to two things: personal development, or peak performance is often called, and financial empowerment. Financial empowerment, and it says it in the title of our group, Black Wealth Empowerment. Black Wealth Empowerment. So, brothers and sisters, come on in. It's Sunday. Let's go ahead and get ready for you and I to share and to communicate with each other as it pertains around Black wealth, financial empowerment for ourselves and our community. All right? So that's what we're here. And as always, I'm not by myself because, you know, this is a team sport, and it takes more than one individual to play a team sport. All right. So I have with us tonight our sister, our membership coordinator. She's doing some things there with the membership to reach out to everybody. That's over 800 members we have now, and we're pressing 1,000. But before we do that, we're going through. All right, we're going through to find out who is with us and who's just there. Right. All right, because we're on a movement, brothers and sisters. We're on an economic movement to empower ourselves, our family, and our community. With that being said, I want to swing it over to our membership coordinator, Sister Brandy, so she can say welcome, and then we'll go in to our broadcast. All right, Sister Brandy, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me over there in Columbus, Ohio?
Yes, sir, Brother Darrell. I can hear you loud and clear. Praise be to Allah. You know, Columbus, it is amazing winter today. We're about 50-something odd degrees. The weather is beautiful. There's no cold, no snow. It is immaculate. It won't be like that for too many days, maybe just a couple, but praise be to Allah. Thank God. For right now, we are enjoying the coolness of the season. Brothers and sisters, once again, welcome to the Black Wealth Empowerment. We are excited that you are a part of the exclusive Facebook group. Listen, as Brother Dare has just stated, the members, we're over 800 strong, and thanks to our awesome flash mob army, including Sister Denise, Brother Mudakai, Sister Tamora, Sister Pamela, and myself, we are making a move to contact and reach out to each and every member to find out where you are. If you're still participating, great. If you jumped off just for a brief moment in time, it's all right too. We just need to know where you are so we can get caught up, so we can find out if you are continuing to participate in the Black Wealth Empowerment. So be on the lookout for us. We're reaching out to each and every member ASAP. So with that being said, I'm going to send it back to Brother Darrell. I'm going to talk to my children real quick, as you can hear them in the background, and we're going to keep it pushing. Love live. Assalamu alaikum, family.
All right, thank you so very much, Sister Brandy. Thank you to the Flash Mob. That's the Black Wealth Empowerment social media flash mob. Thank you to all our members that she mentioned there for investing time to reach out to our members. You know, we're here to support each other. We're here to make sure that, you know, if there's anything we can do to help you get involved. You know, it's about involvement, brothers and sisters. It's about getting engaged. You know, we're in the season, this political season, and it's about engagement, right? It's about engagement. So you have to engage, right? You have to engage, brothers and sisters. You have to get involved. You have to be accounted for, all right? There's no more sufficiency in just numbers, right? Numbers account for nothing unless those numbers can help. Those numbers can move forward, can help us to move forward, all right? So that's what we have to understand, brothers. So that's what we have to understand, that it depends on you. It depends on your involvement. It depends on you getting involved with this movement, with this economic movement. This is definitely a movement, right? There's a lot of things, brothers and sisters, that you can do out there, that will, you know, allow you just to kind of be you know, sociable, and allow you to kind of just watch and enjoy the view, and, you know, not really take a position or take a stand, but allow you just to kind of, you know, do nothing, right? But if this is about black, if it's about wealth, if it's about empowerment, then surely, brothers and sisters, surely, it requires that we do something. It requires that we get involved, all right? So part of this movement, all right, part of the 2016 campaign here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, brothers and sisters, is to reach out and tap you on the shoulder and say, come on. If you're with us, let's go. If you're not, then that's okay too, all right? Because we're moving in a very powerful direction. We're going to evolve and reveal these things as they progress and they produce. But you have to know. You have to know, even when you don't take a position, you take a position. You just take it by default, right? You take it by default. And no longer can we continue to do that, brothers and sisters. We've been doing that for too long. We've been you know, thinking that we can get by like other people, right? Like other communities that just look out for themselves and their family and they're good. But as we can see, that's not the case, right? As we can see, that danger is getting closer and closer to our front door. So we have to, out of self-preservation, we have to, out of being intelligent as a people, we have to take action, right, to cause what they call pushback, right? Pushback. We have to push these elements back away from us because it's getting too close to us, getting too close to that which we say we're protecting, right? That we say we love, that we say we're working hard to take care of. Right? That's very difficult to do if the outside forces are greater than just you and I individually, right? That's why we have to come together. That's why we call it economic justice or else, right? None of us in the black community, brothers and sisters, is so wealthy that we're untouchable, right? I don't know if you remember several years ago, about 10, 12 years ago, Oprah. Ooh, big bad Oprah, right? She said something about these Texas farmers and about the meat and the beef being no good. Right? Drug her in the court. She won. But she, you know, she was happy when she won. But prior to winning, you know, she was shook up. Right? The possibilities of not winning was on the table. So if Oprah, right, is untouchable with being the richest black woman in America, surely, brothers and sisters, we can't be too comfortable in our individual wealth, our individual financial empowerment. But collectively is where the power is. See, collectively, we're $1.3 trillion in purchasing power. right? So when business people look at tapping into the economics of the black community, they're looking at that 1.3 trillion. They're not looking at Oprah's 2 billion. They're saying, how much of that 1.3 trillion can I tap into? See, 1% of 1.3 trillion is bigger than 1% of Oprah's 2 billion. You understand? So that's what they look at when they come, right? You don't think immigrants from other countries, you don't think they have conversation either before or when they get here, when they look for financial freedom, which is entrepreneurship to many of them? You don't think they have discussions with those that are here and already entrepreneurs? You don't think they have that discussion on where should we set up shop to make money? Where's the land of opportunity within America so we can set up shop and make money without being hindered by our religion, without being hindered by our lack of speaking good English, right? Our lack of understanding the culture, lack of understanding the politics. Where can we go in America to tap into the economic reality of America so we can live what we've seen from across the waters? You don't think they have that kind of conversation? And what is the answer when they do? It's called the black community. Set up shop over there. They spend all their money. Set up shop over there. They don't have their own businesses for us to compete against. So set up your shop over there. It's time now, brothers and sisters, for us to mature, right? How does a child in the hood mature with no mother and father? They take on the responsibility of grown folks at the age of 5 and 6 and 7. So when they become a teenager, they really have the development, the mental development and responsibility of one in their 20s. So the best way for you and I to accelerate our maturity process is to just jump out there. Get involved. All right? Go in there and put your stake down and put your flag up. Put your door hanger up. Hang up what they call your shingles. Right? Do that. And then that'll mature you and I faster than any college degree. That will mature you and I faster of any intellectual conversation. That'll mature you and I faster than us getting on BWE and getting in the private, elusive, exclusive and quoting what I say and quoting what Sister Brandy say and quoting what Brother Rodney Assad says. All that's good, but it's good for what if it doesn't produce the results that we want? What is it good for? What is it good for, brothers and sisters? We're talking about economic justice, or else, right? Or else. See, that has to go together, right? Because the or else adds power to why we have to get economic justice. If the threat wasn't big, then there'd be it won't have any importance. Economic justice will have no importance because the threat ain't big enough. See, black folks, we mobilize when the threat is there, right? We mobilize when they shooting us down in the street and you can watch it on Facebook, right? See, so now the emphasis is there. But if it's not blatantly in our face, right? If the or else is not in our face, if the or else is not so threatening that you can relate to it personally, then the justice, the drive for economic justice is not strong enough. And that's been the case economically. See, that's why we stay on the social front. That's why we stay on the social tip, because see, that's visible. You can see that, right? We can experience that on our jobs. We can experience that when we go into somebody else's business and they look at us crazy. See, we can experience that. But when it comes to economics, brothers and sisters, it's the unseen hand. You know, you can't see it. It's not blatant. You know, it's not going to shoot you down in the street, right? We'll just suffer and die, you know, over a period of time, over generations, over decades. Our community would just die because those that that love our community the most, which should be us, have no economic power. The only economic power we have is spending, is not receiving, because you got to have a bucket to receive. You understand? You have to have a bucket to receive, brothers and sisters. And a business is just a big bucket. It's a bucket for you to receive money in. So if I got a bucket because I'm in business and you got your pockets because you're an employee, opportunity to come your way that can fill your pocket up. But once your pocket is full, now that opportunity will spill over in somebody that got bigger pockets or got a bucket. So I'm going to get mine plus yours because you got little pockets you dealing with. And I got a bucket, right? Bigger than any W-2 employee's pocket, I got a bucket. Right? Brothers and sisters, we're happy that you're here. Right? This is a two-part prong, right? Left jab, right jab, right? This is a two-part prong. We got inspiration, right? And then we got clear instructions. That's what this broadcast is made of. This is the hour of power, right? And when you only got an hour, you don't have time to play. When you only have an hour, you don't have time to sugarcoat. When you only have an hour, you don't have time to mince words together. We don't have that kind of time, brothers and sisters. We don't have that kind of time. It's 2016. God bless us to give us a new start. God bless us to forget those things which are behind and press towards the mark. What is your mark? What is your financial empowerment mark? How big is it? Is it just to get over the hump that you're on now? Or is it to overcome and climb the mountain that's before us and our people? All right? So welcome to Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. We're waiting for our courage coach to get here. He's traveling. And he told me I think he's in Los Angeles or somewhere, but he said that he will get on. He's going to be late because he got to, arrive at the city, get his rental car, and get to the hotel. But God willing, he will be back, or he will join us here shortly. Brothers and sisters, if you join us for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do have a private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group for you to interact with us because it's about exchange. All right, you won't sit on the sideline here at Black Wealth Empowerment, right? This is about life. This is about economics. In economics, you can't sit on the sideline. You can't do it. All right, you can't do it. In life, you can't sit on the sideline. It don't have nothing to do with you being an introvert and all that. See, all those are labels that we accept, that people give us, that we accept, right? You're a human being who God has created to grow and expand life itself, to expand. And you expand life until you have no breath in your life. That's what God created, not a label that man created saying Sister Brandy is an introvert. She just shy and she, no. See, you received that. That's why you became that, because you took ownership of that. That's not what we hear about. That's not what we're about here, brothers and sisters, at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Because we know if you don't grow, you will die. If you don't grow economically, you will get crumbs. You will get crumbs. Your children will get crumbs. Our community will get crumbs. And it's a brand new day here in America, and Black America, brothers and sisters. You either run with the herd or you get trampled by the herd. See, that's just what time it is. Right? You part of this nation called Black people in America. You either run with the herd or you stop and the herd run over you. That's just what time it is. That's why it's a movement. And the only way you cannot get ran over by the herd, you have to stand off to the side. You have to stand off to the sidelines, all right? So hopefully our courage coach will be here with us. But here's how you can participate. All right, you hit the link below, livevirtualnetworking.com. That'll take you to Facebook, and it'll already fill in the page. It'll already take you directly to our group, and you hit join. All right, because in the next 5 minutes or so, or probably about the next 20 minutes, we're going to welcome our friends, our new members, and we want you all to welcome them to Black Wealth Empowerment Live. But if you're watching on the replay, if you're watching live, not if you want to participate, you should want to participate. Hit that link below, or go to Facebook, open up another browser, minimize so you can have them both open, so you won't miss anything. All right, and go to Black Wealth Empower. Go to Facebook, put in Black Wealth Empowerment. Take it to the page, click join, and then you can participate in these live broadcasts, and also you'll be able to network with our members. And we got some powerful, powerful members, brothers and sisters. You know, we have members that have been in Black Enterprise. Brother, just recently, article was featured in Forbes magazine. You know, I mean, you have thought leaders in business. It's just, and then we're talking about 2016. You know, so we got some new people coming. We're going to interview, hopefully this month, one of our members to deal with the millionaire mind. Not T. Harv Eker, one of our own members who's written a book on how to think like a wealthy person. You know, wealth first starts in your mind, brothers and sisters. That's why we're having this live broadcast, so you can understand what wealth really is and what's required to be wealthy. Right? Money is just an indication, but a fool and his money will always part. Why? The fool is the indication of how he or she thinks. Right? And we are some foolish people. That's why we can get $1.3 trillion and look up and then turn around and beg for a job. Then turn around and beg for, you know, a school system to teach us what it was never designed to teach us. But we gonna force. Now listen to that. Now we can't force to work and unite with each other, right? That have everything in common, but we gonna try to force somebody else to do something for us, and we have very little in common with them. See, that's why they resist us so much, because they understand that's backwards. That doesn't make sense. And he understands that he'll be wasting his time and energy and effort if he bought into that kind of thinking. Because eventually you gotta grow up and go on your own. You know, Sister Brandy is a mother, but at some point in time, she wanted to be an empty nest again, so her and her husband could have time like they used to have before all these babies came along. Right? So yeah, we want to help. We want help from a distance because we want to know that we prepared you well enough to go out on your own, to grow up, and to go out on your own. So then the contribution will be voluntary and not based on obligation. Okay? So that's what we have to understand economics. See, it's economic justice or else, brothers and sisters, because, you know, when a parent can't give to a grown child, right? A grown child. Child old enough, grown enough, mature enough, old enough to fend for himself, and they come to mom and dad for help, and mom and dad can help him good. If he can't, if mom and dad strapped, baby, I can't. All I got is this. That's all I got. Well, America's in that position, brothers and sisters. They don't have to continue to give like they've given before. And you should know. If you don't know, let Black Wealth Empowerment break the news to you. Breaking news. When it comes to cutting a budget in America, they're always going to cut the ones that affect black people the most. So when Donald Trump become president, or whoever become president, it doesn't matter who it is, they're going to do what's necessary in the best interest financially of America. That's what they're going to do, brothers and sisters. So you and I have to get ready. Right? We have to get ready. If a baby cries from milk and mama does not have any milk and any way of getting the milk, then it doesn't matter how loud and how long the baby cries. There's still no milk for the baby. So it doesn't matter how loud you cry, how loud we cry. There's no milk in America for us. And I'm too young, and you all are too young to say, well, I'm just gonna ride this thing out. Maybe if you're in your 70s or 80s, you can say, Lord, just let me hold on for another 5, 10 more years. But I'm too young, Sister Brandy. I mean, I just can't. It just ain't gonna work for me. It just ain't gonna work. I'm too young to say, you know what? I'm just gonna ride this thing out, and I'm just gonna pray for my children that something just happen. I'm gonna be dead and gone anyway, so I just pray. I did the best I could. No, we ain't did the best we could. Stop saying that. If you and I aren't giving our lives doing the right things every day, every hour, every minute of the day, then we haven't done all we could. If we're not overcoming obstacles, if we're not faced by an enemy standing in our way, then we haven't done all we could. We haven't done all we could. That's why Black Wealth Empowerment is here. We're going to tell you the straight, no chaser. We're going to tell it to you like it is. This is not a politically correct program. We're not concerned about any kind of craziness and foolishness. We welcome you, brother and sister. You can be gay. You can be, I don't know all the different sexual categories. Now they expanded on them since I've been born. But you can be anything. If you black and you love yourself and love your people, and you want to help your people, then this platform is where you need to be. If you're just about yourself, if you're just about your family, and you're not about the community, this is the wrong platform for you. Thank you for being here, right? But we'll see you out on the battlefield, on the economic battlefield. But we're putting together a movement, an army, and one person, no matter how bad he or she is, cannot beat a well-organized and trained army. All right? So that's what we're doing here. We're not concerned about your affiliation with no sorority or fraternity, brothers and sisters. We don't care about that. Look what all that has gotten us. Look what all that Alpha and Omega and Sigma. I mean, look what it has gotten us. What has it gotten us? Has it gotten us any banks? Has it gotten us our own school system? Has it gotten us our own farmland? Right? How many people do black folks employ? What has it done for us? How long will we continue to do what doesn't work? How long will we do that, brothers and sisters? How long will we continue to go back to school to get another degree? Don't have the money to pay for it. Don't have the Pell Grants. Our first black president, our first black president, Bill Clinton, took away all the Pell Grants, right? So we don't have the money, we don't have the Pell Grant, so you're gonna go get a loan. And there we go. See, you caught in the trap. You're caught in the trap. So we want to talk about the young people, their pants hanging down in trap houses, and see if they're ignorant and trap houses. School is a trap house. Going to get another degree. And the two other degrees you got ain't covering the bills. So you'll get more of the same that don't work. Brothers and sisters, we're here at Black Wealth Empowerment to break up that foolishness and tell you we got to fend for ourselves or else. We got to fend for ourselves or else. So with that being said, let's swing over to Sister Brandy. We're going to see what's going on in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. We want you to share. You see those tabs right above? Whoever's here, you got those tabs right above? Go ahead and hit them. Go ahead and hit and put hashtag BWE Hangout. We're live. Where are you? Hashtag BWE Hangout. We're live. Where are you? Put that in the Facebook, Twitter feed, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever's up there. Go ahead and do it, brothers and sisters, because we're going to take this thing to the next level. And as soon as Sister Brandy and this flash mob finish reaching out to you, then we're going to start doing this. You know what that is? That means delete. Delete, 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 delete. See, because you have to understand the psychology of people in general and black people in specific. People always want to be a part of something they can't be a part of, and they'll do whatever they can not to lose a membership. They'll do what they wouldn't do to keep the membership, not to lose the membership. Right? Black folks do what they have to do not to lose the right to vote, just not to vote. Right? You know, you don't ask the reason why, you just understand, how it works. right? So let's swing it over to Sister Brandy, see what's happening in the private elusive exclusive, and we gonna go full speed ahead. We got 30 minutes, and we out of here, brothers and sisters. All right, if we ain't gonna do nothing, then we want to make sure we give you enough time to watch more TV, right? Give you more time to talk on the phone, to give you more time to talk about how that's a shame and that's a disgrace and what black people need to do and what black people should do and about Stacey Dash. And we don't want to give you as much time to do whatever it is that you feel is more important than helping with the economic strength of black people. So, Sister Brandy, what's happening in the private, the elusive, exclusive Facebook group? We're halfway through, brothers and sisters. This is halftime. All right. So, Sister Brandy, what's going on? You gotta take it off of mute. Take it off of mute. Mute. Oh, can't hear you. Can't hear you, sister. Can't hear you. You gotta come on with some volume. Your little meter not your little green meter on your name's not moving up and down. You see that moving up and down, you got some volume. All right, brothers and sisters, just come on when you get that worked out, Sister Brandy. We're going to continue with the broadcast. Brothers and sisters, we want to welcome you to Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. We come here every week, unless something special is happening. We come here every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, to inspire, to encourage, to give you an opportunity to unite and connect with like-minded black people. There's only a few of us, so we need to use all these tools to find each other and connect. That's what the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group is all about. It gives you an opportunity to connect with us and the other members, because we're getting closer and closer to where the rubber meets the road, to where it's time to put up or shut up. You know, our courage coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad, is traveling the country, trying to help out as many of us as he can to cultivate the courage to roar. That's his tagline, to cultivate the courage to roar. You know, and we come on here every Sunday. I do a live Periscope every day at 11 a.m., you know, for about a half an hour, to try to reach out and connect and find those that are like-minded, because that's what it's all about. If you don't know, God made human beings to be social creatures. See, once again, the nature in which God made you, not what somebody told you you were. So no matter how much of a quote-unquote introvert you are, God made our nature to be sociable. That's why social media has taken off, right? And society will never be the same again. Sister Brandy, are you there? Can't hear you. You might have to get rid of that mouth, that earpiece, and just let your children just overtalk your children in the background. That's what you might have to do. All right? So, brothers and sisters, here we are. We're going to share with you in about 20 minutes some nuggets. We're going to share with you some things which you can actually do. I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned from the wealthiest of wealthies, from being on the inside looking out, not the outside looking in, on what you can do now in 2016. February 1st is tomorrow, 2016, on what you can do to win financially. A strategy, some tools, some steps that you can take that will put you in the winner's seat from this day forward. All right, so make sure you stand by and wait for that. That'll come up in about in the next 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Soon as Sister Brandy gets her technical difficulties taken care of, we want to hear from you in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group and see what's going on there, because I know we always got some activity there. I can hear somebody.
Okay, Brother Daryl, it's
all
me
right,
again.
Sister Brandy, there you go. You gotta work it out. You got to work it out.
Right, we're trying to work it out. Okay, give me 1 second. Love technology. Just a second. Oh, man, the challenge.
All right, all right, all right. So here she is. Without further ado, our membership coordinator, from cell phone to laptop to, hey, brothers and sisters, that's what it takes, you know. I mean, this is serious business. We want to have fun, but it's serious fun, right? We have to overcome all obstacles. We have to figure life out. You know why? Because we won't get a second chance. There is no replay. There is no rewind. But, Sister Brandon, what's happening in the private, the elusive, exclusive Facebook group?
Yes, sir, Brother Darrell. So, as you see, believers and members, we just posted some instructions, as Brother Darrell stated just a little while earlier, to add your name, your business name, your website, also your business number, the mosque, or what is it called, sorority or fraternity that you participate in, or if you just whomever you may be, and you don't have a business, just add that information into the elusive, exclusive Facebook group, and also your current location. Brother Darrell, at this time I don't have any new posts from any of the members who are watching. They must be a little quiet. I don't know why they're quiet today, but they are kind of silent at this point. But I did just want to add this really quick point. I went at the mosque today. Our local minister, student minister, Brother Daniel, has spoke. And one thing that really stuck out in my mind, he spoke on fear. And everybody knows what the acronym for fear is: false evidence appearing real. And it's just a constant, and it just reminded me how we always have to not live in fear, how we have to just push through whatever adversities, whatever challenges we have. We just have to know that Allah, God, is going to take care of us. He's going to do what he has to do. All he asks us to do is do our part. And if we can do our part, then the rest is there. It's just a matter of time. There was another point he had brought up as it related to fear. And he was just saying how in the end, when you're face to face in Judgment Day, how you're not going to be, how God is not going to ask you, oh, what did so-and-so do? How did they help you? Why didn't you do what you were supposed to do? Maybe why weren't you reaching out to the people? Why weren't you a Black Wealth Empowerment, encouraging others to participate? But he's not going to ask you about so-and-so, Annie or Sue or Melissa or Mary or Mariam. He's not going to ask you about nobody else. He's going to ask you about yourself. And so the message I had, just really quickly, is to remind everybody, we're not going to be living in fear from this day forward. Whatever you choose to do, make sure you do it. If you want to write a book, I've seen it posted before. People are interested in writing books. People are interested in just being speakers. Whatever you choose to do, whatever Allah has blessed you, has given you the passion to do, step out on faith and just do it, because he's not going to let us fall. That's my message. Right now, Brother Darrell, once again, I don't have anybody who has posted on the Facebook group to say who they are, where they come from, but all I can do is share what I have. If you like, I can introduce the new members that we have, and we just keep pushing. Because, Brother Darrell, we're almost
let's keep
time.
pushing. Keep it pushing.
Okay.
Introduce new members. Let's do it.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me get these new members. We have approximately 18 new members. So praise be to the God. We're excited that they are all here. We have Brother Eugene, Brother Vernon. We have Sister Nicole. It's so interesting how you try and scroll and look at the same time. We're going to work it out, though. Brother William, Brother Wallace, Brother Tyrone. We have Brother Paul. We also have Sister Stephanie, Sonic, Sister Monique, Minister Thomas, we have you on. We also have Brother Marquise, Brother Mel, Sister Juanita, Sister Jasmine, Eric, Eric, Aisha. You all are new and active members on the Black Wealth Empowerment. So if you're catching the replay, please, members, remember to reach out to each and every member that we have, to invite them. Just say welcome to the Black Wealth Empowerment. Put your notes in. Let them know why you're excited to be on the Black Wealth Empowerment. Because, as Brother Darrell already stated, we're not going to be having over 1,000 members or less, and then you're not active. Don't forget, this is the time that we're living in right now. As members, we got to make sure we do what we're supposed to do. Because if we don't, you're just going to be excluded. I'm going to just say one more thing, Brother Darrell, because you made a good point. When you talked about how we always, if we're not active, then, we reached out to people and they're like, oh, yeah, I still want to participate. But this week they haven't responded. They responded, yes, I still want to participate. I still want to be engaged. So I tell them a couple steps to do. Make sure you put your information in throughout the week, talk to the members, and then also jump on the call. In reality, people have stated that they wanted to be on it, but it's showing and proving that some people have not kept their word. But that's okay. We're going to keep it pushing, because the Black Wealth Empowerment is not going to stop over one or two. We're going to keep it plugging. keep it going through. Brother Daryl, I'm going to send it back to you. I know I took a couple extra minutes, but I appreciate it. You're on, Brother Daryl. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, Sister Brandy. No, you did a real good job. We're covering down for our courage coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad. So we're covering down from him. So definitely, that's what we do here at Black Wealth Empowerment. If something's missing in your community, brothers and sisters, cover down, right? If there's an opportunity in your community where you see the demand, cover down, right? See, once you understand wealth, once you understand the components, I don't mean intellectualize it, I mean really understand, then you understand and know that wealth is not built on your efforts, right? It's not built on your efforts. It can be, but not really. Wealth is built on the efforts of several people. Wealth, we're talking real wealth, not no riches. Not you going out getting a $100,000 job and you think you arrive somewhere. I'm talking about real wealth, something of substance, something that can carry on to your children, something that can outlive you. That's what wealth means. A wealth of knowledge. That means you have more knowledge than what you really need, right? Wealth is an abundance of something, right? You're 60 years old, but you running marathons. See, he has a wealth of energy. She has a wealth of energy. Right? Just sharing, right? Just a wealth of things, brothers and sisters. So that's what we have to understand. And once you understand that, then it's not so much what I can do, right? When you're building wealth, it's not what I can do, it's what can be done, right? What can be done? What can be done? Can that be done? Can I organize it? Can I bring the people, bring them together? You know, I'll tell you this story real quick. I was talking to a brother here in our local mosque several years ago, a music producer. He's done, one song with Whitney Houston, and, he has more knowledge than me on music, so therefore I can talk to him and ask him some questions and take the position of one who doesn't know, speaking to someone who does. And I asked him about what does an executive producer do? What does an executive producer do in the music industry? And he explained it once, explained it twice, and I just couldn't grasp it, right? But I just kept on asking him, what do you mean? I don't understand. What does he do? So he had to just break it down small enough so I can understand it. And this is what I understood him to say. He said, and I said, so you tell me, an executive producer don't sing no songs? He said, no. I said, so what you telling me is an executive producer don't play no instruments? He said, no. I said, so what you telling me the executive producer don't mix mix the music down and stuff like that? He said, no. I said, so what does the executive producer do? He said, the executive producer brings all those components together and make the album happen. The executive producer might finance the project, be the major financier in the project. See? So once again, we're talking about understanding wealth. See? So that person, the executive producer, knows that he doesn't have to know how to sing. He doesn't have to know how to play the instrument. He doesn't have to know how to write songs and music and melodies and beats and all that. Don't know how to use the drum machine, right? Doesn't even have to know how to use the mixing board and be a sound engineer and know all the different mics and and how to master the music together. No, he don't need to know that. But he needs to know to be the executive producer, which is the one that has the biggest credit on the album, because if it wasn't for the executive producer, there wouldn't be no album. He gets the biggest piece of the points, right, off the album, because if it wasn't for the executive producer, where would the album be? So he brings it together. So I'm saying that so we can understand, see, because it comes from first an understanding. There's only so much that you and I can do, brother and sister, with ignorance. We can be enthusiastic. We can be positive, right? We can jog and our health can be in good shape. We can read the Bible and the Quran and pray 25 times a year. But when that ignorance comes into play, that almost wipes out all of that other stuff. It neutralizes almost every effort you and I made when we're operating out of just pure ignorance. You know what pure ignorance means? Meaning it has no level of understanding. You don't know what the hell you're doing. But you're excited, though. You're enthusiastic, though. You don't believe in Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving, though. But we don't understand, right? We don't have the knowledge. See, with knowledge comes understanding. You're not going to have understanding without knowledge. So first we have to have knowledge, and then that knowledge expands to understanding. Understanding is the aha moment. Understanding is the light bulb go off in your head. That's understanding. So when your knowledge causes the aha moment, when the knowledge causes the light bulb to go off in your head, then that's when understanding comes. See, so once we understand that wealth is not built on my effort, wealth is not built on if I stay up all night, wealth is not built on you know, what it is that I do, what it is that I know. Once we understand that, then we can accelerate in the area of financial empowerment. We can accelerate in the area of wealth building for ourselves, our family, and our community. Brothers and sisters, in truth, there's no reason to build wealth if you're not building it for something bigger than yourself. Then you don't need wealth. You just need enough income to last as long as you live in. That's not wealth. That's not wealth. See, so we got to understand. I don't need wealth if I'm just thinking about myself. I don't need wealth if I'm just thinking about just me and my family. Because when I die, I'm going to leave $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 worth of insurance. Right? There's no need to have wealth. See, that's we got to understand these things. You know why? Because it's hard. It's hard to build wealth. It's hard to be an entrepreneur. Not that itself is hard, but what you and I have to overcome is hard. What you and I have to overcome is difficult. That's the hard part. It's not that it's hard. What's hard is you and I getting the knowledge and then the understanding of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. And if you understand that, then you and I can be the executive producer of economic development in our community. That's what you and I can be, because we'll put the pieces together, right? Man, we ain't got no, this, you know, we cry about it's a desert, what they call it, a desert, whatever they call it, right? When there's no grocery stores in the black community. That sounds like an opportunity to me.
A food desert, yes, sir.
What is it called? Food desert, right? Thank you, sister. See, that sounds like an opportunity to me. See, it's like, oh, don't nobody come in. No, that's it, you know. Let me go ahead and get my trucks together. Let me find out who got a truck. Now I gotta work hard to get a truck, and I gotta work hard to get my credit. Now that man, please, that's why it's a food desert now, because we don't understand what's required to make things happen like that very quickly, right? We don't understand what it takes. We don't understand that we should be reaching out to somebody who's already in the food space, right? Reach out to somebody. Reach out to a brother, you know, they got a barbecue pit, right? Say, what it take to get another barbecue pit? Well, come on over here. We got a food desert over here. We're talking about economic empowerment, brothers and sisters. The opportunity is not within yourself. The opportunity is within our community. Even if you're looking for something easy is in the numbers, right? If you have 100,000 people, black people in your city, it's easier to get business with 100,000 potential customers than with 10. Right? With 10. This is black wealth empowerment, brothers and sisters. This is black wealth empowerment. That's what this is. This ain't no another way just for you to get your little money right. This is not just another way for you to, you know, blow up so people say, boy, but there, I remember, man, I remember you came a long ways. Yeah, that's not what this is about, brothers and sisters. This is about This broadcast is for those that want to go out there and get it, right? Get it in a very big way. This is for those that ain't gonna take no prisoners, not gonna apologize, not gonna try to make nobody feel comfortable. Hell, we ain't comfortable. First one we should make feel comfortable is us and our community. If I'm uncomfortable, Sister Brandy, everybody gonna be uncomfortable. Until I get comfortable, ain't nobody gonna get comfortable. Not in my community. If my community uncomfortable, when everybody come in here, they should be uncomfortable. That's not the case. But that's what we planning to do. That's the movement that Black Wealth Empowerment is on. We just tap it into, we just gonna line up and tap in and get in line and march with those that's heading in that direction. We're not the only one, but we want to have our little group, right? That we can say we want to get in the NFL league. We got a team. What we got to do to get in the NBA? What we got to do to get in the NFL? What we got to do to get into this economic game called free enterprise? We got a team. You know, you don't go and try to get in the NBA. You ain't got no team. I just wanted to meet with you so we can talk about whether you got a team. No. You got some investors. No. Why are you even coming to us to ask us about something? Go find out what it takes. Go get you a team. Y'all practice. Y'all become good at your level, right? The little B League and C League and D League or whatever they got. And then you come and talk to us when you got some records. You got wins and losses and championships, and you done travel the country and you just beat up all the other teams out there. See, that's what we got to do as Black people. We ain't dominating our community economically, but we going to try to tell, somebody else how they should run their business. Even if they run it into the ground, they got a business to run in the ground. We ain't got no business but all ground. But we got advice to give people, though. We got advice to give them. See, they shouldn't be spending all that money on, and maybe they shouldn't. But they need to turn around and say, Negro, what you got? What you spending your money on? What you got to show for it? How many hours you work? 60 hours a day? A week? What you got to show for it? I got this house. Well, hell, a bird got a nest. A gopher got a hole. So what you got for it? I got this suit. What suit? What you talking about? A suit, Negro? What you talking? A suit? You mean like clothes suit? Oh, shit. Come on, Black people. I'm telling us that those of us who believe strong enough, right? See, your efforts are known. I should say your belief is known by the effort that you make. See, you don't tell somebody you believe. You show somebody you believe. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. Showing the person, showing the marketplace that I believe enough to get out here and make it known. Right? That's why, brothers and sisters, you guys got to get out there and make that thing happen. Stop talking about what you preparing to do. Preparing to do don't accomplish nothing. Preparing to do, I'm about to do, just, you ain't doing nothing. Don't say what you're about to do. Say what you're doing. What you're doing. That's why we're human beings, not human done. We're becoming what God put us here to be. So if we're not speaking in the becoming sense, then we're out of line. Right? Then we're out of line with what we were put here to do. And that's to become the process of something. Right? So we only got a few more minutes, 6 more minutes. Here's the message that I want to bring to you real quick, brothers and sisters. It's 2016, it's tax season. Right? So here's what you can do. Here's what you do to get on to play the money game, play the game to win. So you got to understand, the biggest hand in your pocket is not your hand. The biggest hand in your pocket is the tax man. That's the biggest hand in your pocket. So if you want to change your reality right away, get his hand out your pocket. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to understand there's 4 or 5 things you need to do to get the money man, get Uncle Sam out of your pockets. Let me just tell you something. He's gonna need more and more, and he's gonna get in your pocket more and more. He's gonna need more and more, and he's gonna find ways of getting that money. He's gonna find ways of getting that money. Please believe me. Why? Because the wealthy people understand that the Uncle Sam is their friend, not their enemy. See, rich people don't curse Uncle Sam like you curse him, because he done partnered with Uncle Sam. He understands the game, so he partners with Uncle Sam, and he has Uncle Sam to work with him. Here's what you need to do, brothers and sisters. If you want to get Uncle Sam's hand out of your pocket and put your hand where Uncle Sam's hand is, here's what you need to do. Write these things down. One, you need to create a business entity. A business entity. Put this in the private, elusive, exclusive, Sister Brandy. A business entity. Number one, create a business entity. That's an NIC, an incorporation, or a LLC. See, because the enemy knows that you can't say you in business if you ain't even got no entity. See? So right there puts you in a whole nother category. That puts you in a category of suspect. Your entrepreneurship is suspect when you don't even have an entity. You trying to sneak some money in your pocket. You trying to beat the system the wrong way. Right? It's like a drum. There's a right way to beat a drum and a wrong way to beat the drum. There's a right instrument to use to beat a drum and a wrong instrument to use to beat a drum. You just don't beat the drum and just because you can beat it, you think you're doing it the right way, but you're using a spoon. Right? So create an entity. Number two, go on the internet and go to U.S. Treasury Department or whatever it is and get you an EIN number. EIN number, Employer Identification Number. That's like the Social Security number for your business. Right? That's like somebody pulling you over and say, Brother Darrell, what's your Social Security number? I don't have one. You might be you might be a robot. You might be a hybrid or something. You know, you might be some of these people I see on folks talk about on YouTube, Sister Brandy, folks that come from out the earth, right? The Melanics or whatever they call them, 7 feet tall, come from the moon, they disappear and appear. I mean, you're not a part of this society called America if you don't have no Social Security number. That's your business Social Security number. Number 3 is open up a business account. Open up a business account. Number 3, you have to open up a business account. How you go up to the IRS say, wait a minute, you in business, but you ain't got no business account? Well, you wasn't planning on making no money, so how you get all these tax write-offs? How you get all these expenses? How does that happen? How does that happen when you don't have a bank account? Ain't no other place you can put it in your pocket. So therefore, there's no way of us to know how much money you made, so we'll guesstimate how much you made. And now we're going to audit you and bring you into audit court. And we have more resource to you than you do, so we're going to stick it to you. We going to stick it to you. And you're going to have to pay us some money. All right? So that's number 3. Number 4, you have to fund your account. That means put some money in it. You got to have money in it. Right? You got to have money in it, brother. So they don't want to say, well, how you paying for these office expenses that you put down on tax return? We pulled up your tax or you pulled up your bank account and we ain't seen no money come through it. You got an average monthly balance of 50 cents when you look at your $10 over the last 6 months. So we don't understand how you running a serious business with literally no money coming through it. Literally $0 coming through. They want to know how you do that. Because the government many times, brother, so they learn from the citizens of America, right? They learn from Bill Gates. They learn from Warren Buffett. They learn from. That's why there's so much hope in Donald Trump, because he's a businessman. See, the problem with politicians, and I gotta agree with whoever says it. Don't see, you gotta recognize truth when we hear it. The problem with the presidents of the United States, they don't know how to run corporations. They don't know how to run business, but America is a big corporation. They have no experience. So in truth, a businessman, a successful businessman, is qualified to run America. Right? It is qualified. That's why business people can come and manipulate the politicians, because they don't have a clue when it comes to business. Right? They don't know how to make money. They just know how to spend it. They know how to ask for it, how to take it from us, the taxpayers, and spend it. They not what value they creating in America to be able to make money. That's why they say you create the products, you sell it, and we tax you for it. Because we don't know what else to do. We don't know what else to do. Right? So fund your account. Put some money in it, have money come through it on a regular basis, so you can have some signs of making a legitimate effort. And this is just the beginning, brothers. As I said before, don't let the end be the beginning. Don't think that the end is the beginning. This is just to position you, right? And we're not doing it as a tax shelter, because that's still not going to help out our community. That still helps out you. Your family pay less taxes. But what about our community? That don't hire anybody. The reason why the IRS give tax breaks like they do, very aggressive tax breaks to businesses, is to create jobs. Is to create jobs. If a company is more profitable and can grow and do so because the tax breaks are there, then they can hire people. Because the government is not in the business of hiring people. They're in the business of creating an atmosphere of free enterprise so that businesses can go out and expand and grow, and they can hire people. Part number 5, and the last one, is pay your normal expenses through your bank account. Right? Get with a tax professional. This is not tax advice. This is educational purposes only. That's a disclaimer that we have to say. Learn that as a stockbroker. This is not tax advice. Consult a tax professional. But this is what I've learned. This is what I know to be true from my experience. But your experience might be different. Your reality might be different. So consult a professional tax person. But number 5 is what you do is these normal expenses that are part of normal business expenses can now be written off. See, the government allows you to write off a haircut. They understand if you're in business, you got to look presentable. They don't say, "Oh, well, that's a frivolous expense." The company shouldn't have to. The government shouldn't have to give you a tax break to get a haircut. Suits, right? Suits. You're gonna wear clothes anyway. Suits, business attire, right? So you write that off. You write that off, brothers and sisters, and there's so much more to what you can do. But those are the 5 things that you can do starting now to get the tax man out of your pocket and put your hand where his hand used to be. Right? Stop having his hand so deep, he's in the bottom of your pocket. He can count the coins and the pennies and the nickels and the dime. He can feel how many pieces of paper you got in your pocket. But if he's on his way out of your pocket, he's at the middle and the top of your pocket, then he don't know what you got in it because your money's settled to the bottom of your pocket. Okay, brothers and sisters? So time to take action. Because once you understand, you comprehend, you understand, then you know that you have everything you need right now already to make the necessary moves that will give you the breathing room that you need. See, many times black folks, most black people can't help out the community because they're too buried under themselves. Well, if I can just, I understand what you're saying, Brother Darrell, that's true, but man, you don't understand, man. Oh, this person, that person, man, if I just get some relief, and that's true. If a man's dying from the lack of oxygen, what he need right now is oxygen. He don't want to know nothing about no halal food, and you know what I'm saying? McDonald's ain't good. You better bring that man some water, and it can be tap water. If he needs some oxygen, he'll take some oxygen with some nicotine in it because he needs some oxygen. He needs some oxygen. So these tips and what we're bringing to you right now, brothers and sisters, is so that you can get the oxygen you need, right, to put in your lungs so you can breathe and get that oxygen to your brain so you can think clearer. It's hard to think when there's limited to no oxygen to your brain. So this information we're sharing with you, this economic justice or else, right, this raising of your economic consciousness, your economic thermostat, is oxygen to your brain so you can see things more clearly. It's hard to understand something if you can't see it clearly. That's where aha moments come from. It comes from clarity. It comes from clarity. I think we see our courage coach down there. Coach, if you're on this, go ahead and jump in because we wind it down. So go ahead and give us a quick 2 minute encouragement. Because they fired up, man. We got them all fired up. They're ready. They're ready to receive.
That's right, Brother Darrell. He only gets 1 minute, though. He's late. 1 minute, sir.
1 minute. Oh, there you go. Columbus going to have an earthquake. Now, assalamu alaikum, everybody. Black Wealth Empowerment family. I'm Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. I just got off a plane. I drove like 45 minutes and miles to my destination. It's windy. It's raining. But, you know, if we're here, you know, excited. Here's the thing. You know, while I was on the plane, and Brother, I'm glad you said just a minute because this really doesn't take too long to say this. When I was on a plane, I thought about this, the scripture where it says, you know, when the Adam, you know, type in the Bible, it says Allah breathed into him of his inspiration, right? And the Quran says he breathed into him of his inspiration. I said inspire. I said, Elijah Muhammad said the life ends when you expire. And the minister said when you can no longer inhale the breath of life, right? Inhale. And I thought about this. I'm thinking about what the Elijah Muhammad says, what the Amos Farrakhan says, and that scripture said, and I said, inspiration. I say, you know, air is charged. There's energy in air. There's energy in it, electricity in it. And I thought to myself, I said, that's why it's inspiration. There's got to be something about it that has an electrical spark. That's why you can hear something or see something and somebody can do something. You say, ooh, that inspired me. Well, not that that person had to say anything to you, do anything to you, or nothing like that. It's something about it had an electrical charge. Right, an electrical charge that sparked you. So think about this: if you're on the side of the road and you're trying to start your car, right, get your life going, whatever it is, right, and you crank pipe, get it cranking, right. You get a little something, it won't go. Get a little something, it won't quite take. You might need somebody to come give you a jump. Well, what is that? That's an electrical charge, right, that they got to put from theirs to yours. So what you want to do, brothers and sisters, you want to tap into somebody that can get some jumper cables, right? It's going to be in the form of information, maybe a book or something like that, or some resource, something like that. And you're going to get some jumper cables. They're going to attach yourself to that. They're going to attach themselves to you, and you're going to get a little spark, a little something that's going to inspire you to get going. I'm Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. Remember, no matter what else you do in life, you must always remember to cultivate the courage to roar. Brother Darrell, back over to you.
Wow, he did it. Oh, he did it. 1 minute. Woo, man, I tell you. See, you know a professional. You see, it's not hard, brother. So we just need somebody to wipe the dirt from our eyes so we can see clearly. See, once you get into this space, you know, brothers and sisters, of peak performance and working on yourself and you're breaking away from the gravitational pull of the earth, see, then you start recognizing things. You don't need for everybody to tell you everything, right? You start putting, like the old folks say, one and one together, right? So you just experience, brothers and sisters, a professional at work, a professional at work. See, you know you're looking at a professional, right? When they can cover so much space in a short period of time. Now, the brother rocked it in a minute that'll take you hours to go back and to understand and to study and see what was in that 1 minute. You understand, brothers and sisters? That's the power of this, power of our power, I should say. That's the power of it, right? See, he's perfecting, I'm perfecting, Sister Brandy perfection, and guess what you got to do if you're going to stay with us? You have to be in the process of perfecting, right? If not, just the natural process of elimination takes place. See, it's nothing personal, brothers and sisters. See, we have to understand how the universe works. The universe has a natural process of elimination. Has a natural process of elimination. That's why only certain type of contraptments can get out of the life's atmosphere, out of the Earth's atmosphere, right? So that means you gotta perfect the laws of nature to get out of that atmosphere to get to another level. And that's how it is here at Black Wealth Empowerment, brothers and sisters. We're going to another level, and you're gonna have to reach a level of perfection to go where we're going. And that was just an idea of what to come. As we perfect, you perfect, then we can stay together, and we won't be victim of the natural law of elimination. Maybe the coach could talk about that the next broadcast, since that's where we are with Sister Brandy and the flash mob, right? That's where we are. We're in the process of the natural process of elimination. How that sound like? What that sound like to you, coach?
Most definitely, brother dear. I think that's a good thing right there. You know, natural. You know, the law of use. That's what Elijah Muhammad taught us and teaches us. The Louis Farrakhan's taught us and teaches us that law of use. What you don't use, you lose. And that's what, you know, I say that when people say we suffer from Alzheimer's, it's not to have anybody, really have a hurt feelings about if you have a relative. I had a relative that was very close to me that had Alzheimer's, and my personal belief, and this is not medical advice, but my personal belief is that Alzheimer's in some cases is mental atrophy. Mental atrophy, that if you don't use it, you lose it. If you're not constantly growing new synapses and new connections are being formed in the brain by learning new things, different things, going higher and growing. So the Holy Quran says, seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. You should be constantly trying to challenge yourself to be growing and develop. So yes, sir, even in this platform we want to constantly be growing and developing. If you're not growing and developing, then you're dying. And we want to just kind of clear the roles a little bit, Brother Daryl, and hone in on those people who are really, really serious. That's where we're going to get that mastermind group. Those who really want to take it to a new level, because we don't want people to sit on this group. If you're going to be here and say, hey, you know what, thank you, I got everything I needed, and go out and be powerful. We want to hear from you now. We want to hear back from you. We don't want you to just sit on the broadcast and that's it. So that's why I said we want to bring in those people who have taken the information and changed some things about their lives and then come back. Just like in our mosques, our churches, our synagogues, you come in, you get what you need, you go out and be powerful. Go and preach the acceptable year of the Lord, he said, right? Go ye in all the world now and do this thing. And so that's what it's about now. So brothers and sisters, we're looking for you to really step up, get involved, engage us. There are a lot of people, Brother Daryl, who has not taken us up on the personal coaching, the 30-minute free coaching call. A lot of people haven't taken advantage of that. Now, it's going to come a time when our schedule is going to be such to where we can't do those, as much. There's a time when people could just call the minister on his phone. Now, there's a lot of levels you got to go through to even remotely, maybe possibly get a word back. And so, because that's where he is in his development, and so just be mindful. Not that we're like the minister in that respect, but just know that our schedules will increase, our demand will increase for our time and attention. And I'm about to enter a new phase in the next few weeks that's going to catapult me, inshallah, and my business partner into a whole nother stratosphere of activities. And so our time will get a little tight. So come on, engage, brothers and sisters, get involved, connect with Sister Brandy. Let her know that you are really serious about being a part of Black Wealth Empowerment and that you want to engage at a higher level. So, Brother Daryl, thank you for saying that. Yes, sir. I want to make sure I stay relevant on this broadcast as well.
Yes, sir. That's right, brothers and sisters. So we're a little bit over because we definitely wanted to hear from our courage coach, brothers and sisters. See, once again, you gotta understand how this thing works. You gotta understand how it goes. If anybody has anything of value to give, when they show up, you got to give them the opportunity to share the value that they have, right? That's why, this thing is ever expanding, right? It's ever expanding. It's like life. It's like breath, right? It contracts and it expands. So we wanted to definitely hear from our courage coach. As always, a professional performs under pressure. That's when they perform the best, right? 1 minute, right? 1 minute. See, so that's how you and I have to be. If we're serious about this Black Wealth, see, our community is under pressure right now. That's why Coach says what he said. That's why Sister Brandy overcome the technical difficulty. That's why we're still overcoming technical difficulty, because see, now is the time for the soldiers, the professionals, to show up when it gets to dark, right? When pressure's on our community and things are just gonna get worse. And that's when those that's been built and made and who've been born for this time, that's when they step up. So if you believe that to be yourself, brothers and sisters, go ahead and step up. Right? A leader of self does not wait for anybody to tell them what to do. Once they understand what's in the best interest of themselves, their family, and then their community, then they're no longer waiting for someone to tell them what to do. They're looking to see what needs to be done. That's our message for the night. We want Sister Brandy to go ahead and tell us good night so she can go ahead and deal with them bakers that she got over there so she can make some things happen. We'll get some closing words, some more closing words from our courage coach, right? Because, you know, come on, coach, now, you know, those of us played basketball and stuff, you know, you gotta get your starting players some playing time. Now, you can't say I'm part of the starting squad, you know, and then you show up out of the locker room because you might have been hurt or you might have just had a stomach ache or just, you know, just wasn't feeling well, or just circumstances didn't allow you to be on the court like you used to be on the court. But once you're okay, right, J.J. Watt, once the team doctors say you all right and you show back up, it's time to put them in. Time to put them in. So let's go to Sister Brandon for some farewells, go back to our courage coach, and then we're going to close this baby out with 15 after. 30 seconds, Sister Brandy. Go.
Yes, yes, sir, Brother Darrell. Once again, praise be to Allah. We thank you, members, for participating and being on the Black Wealth Empowerment Group. We are excited. We are revved up. I'm just totally excited. Once again, my 30 seconds is almost up. But once again, thank you all. Because of you, we're here. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. We'd be talking to ourselves. And that is not the case. Praise be to the God. We thank you. Don't forget, don't let fear take over. Whatever you plan to do it in God's name and keep it pushing. May Allah, God, continue to bless each and every one of you. I send it over to the Courage Coach, Brother Rodney Asad Muhammad. Thanks, Brother Darrell. You did an amazing job once again. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, thank you, Sister Brandy. Thank you so much for you all holding it down and for just being powerful on this broadcast. You know, brothers and sisters, you know, you have everything it takes, everything you need in order to do what it is you're trying to do in life and want to do in life. There's nothing that you're missing. Now, there may be some pieces of information, but in terms of your capability, there's nothing that you're missing. See, with myself, Brother Darrell, Sister Brandy, or anybody else that you listen to, really, they're just actually, like the minister said, we're educating you. But if you remember, the Honorable Farrakhan said, education, the root word is from Latin, educere, right? Which means to extract. And so when you're truly educating people, you're not putting something in, that's inculcation. That's when you inculcate people, right? When I'm truly educating somebody, we're pulling out of you what's already in you. You have everything you need. It's in you. The only thing you, me, all of us got to do is we got to just recognize God. So that's what religion is to tie you back into yourself, the God in you. God is all things. He is not this place, that place. He is the all in all. I am Rodney Asad Muhammad, your courage coach. See you all, inshallah, next broadcast. Stay engaged, stay active, get in the Facebook group. Let's talk about this stuff. Brother Darrell, back to you. Peace, everybody.
All right. Thank you so very much, Courage Coach. Thank you so very much, Sister Brandy. And thank you, brothers and sisters, for being here. This is Black Wealth Empowerment Live, where you come to be inspired and you come to get what you need to help our Black community out. It's time to start employing our people, brothers and sisters. We're in need of jobs. It's time to be giants and stop being midgets in this land called America. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, as always, we'll see you at the top, not from the top. Why? Because you, your family, but most importantly, our suffering community needs your very best. God willing, we'll see you next week. And until then, take care and God bless.